and welcome to the curriculum preview for the fifth 6 weeks for 7th grade. Our focus this 6 weeks is a review of genres and in preparation for STAR. We're going to write a poem, we're going to respond to text, and we'll write a persuasive essay. So this 6 weeks, all of our standards are mainly review. There's only one standard that is an introduction, and that's literary nonfiction, standard 7A. Describe the structural differences between an autobiography or a diary and a fictional adaptation of it. So students are going to have to read pieces that are on the same person, either an autobiography or a diary, and then also another adaptation of it that is more fictional in nature. And then be able to describe the differences in the structure of those pieces. The majority, as I said before, of these standards are 6 weeks, and so I have a listing of what those strands are and where they were. Specifically, I think poetry will have to be really kind of heavily reviewed this 6 weeks, as it was introduced first 6 weeks, and it may not have been touched on heavily since then. As always, we want to remember that our Figure 19 skills overlay with every skill we teach, and that we don't teach skills in isolation from the metacognition. And then we also need to remember, specifically with grammar, that the 7th grade test is really a K through 7 test. That it includes things all the way down to 1st grade, and the majority of the test is on items that are tested in previously taught grades. So we need to treat our standards as a continuum. So from kindergarten through 7th grade, we need to make sure that we're getting mastery of all things. From the 2016 STAR, they did test a 7.7 with Figure 19B, and it was which word best describes the author's decision to buy the flower seed packets. So this is actually a vocabulary question, but it's dealing with an autobiography or a memoir piece of text. Another question is the author includes the description in paragraph 2 to convey that she had what. And so if you look at this, I think vocabulary comes into place again with words like fascination, inconvenience, resentment, things like that. So when we pair all of our things together, I know our focus is really on STAR preparation. So consider looking at your common formative assessment scores from previous times in the year and your CBA scores from the previous ones, and look at where kids are struggling. Look at where you might need to do a whole group versus some small groups. Then use those small groups to reteach and review, remembering that not all students need all groups. Not everybody's struggling with vocabulary. Some kids are good with nonfiction, but not fiction. Some kids need everything. Some kids need Figure 19D for inferencing, but they're really strong in summary. So look at their strengths. And then also use the PDSA cycle by asking students to determine their strengths and weaknesses and to help you make a plan. Let's get the students invested in their own learning and own where they are weak and where they are strong. And by getting them invested in it, we might get more bang for our buck in what they will accomplish in this time that we have left. So for resources, you could use the Texas Gateway that is written by TEA for Texas purposes. You can search by grade and content. I usually do just ELA, and then I might search a grade up or a grade down, but sometimes it'll pull them. And you can find on-track lessons that can be used in multiple groupings for multiple purposes. They can do it at home, they could do it at school, they can do it wherever, and it gives you a lot of specific standards-based resources for Texas kids. So I encourage you to use that for your STAR preparation. As always, I'm here to help you. Please let me know what you need. Thank you.